Good afternoon. Welcome, everybody. My name is Rayonda Kennedy, and thank you for joining us for another STEM conversation. Today, we are joined by Alabama A&M University student Troy Cates Jr. Welcome to the welcome to the show, Troy.
Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Now, Troy, this isn't your first time, so I guess I should be saying welcome back.
Yeah, I had an interview before I attended Alabama A&M in 2017.
Yeah. So, how have you been since then?
It's been really good. I've been really enjoying myself at Alabama. It's been treating me really well. School been keeping me real busy
Yeah,
and just taking it day by day.
absolutely. So, obviously, we're in the middle of a global pandemic lockdown.
Yes.
What have you been doing to keep yourself busy during this time? Have you picked up any new skills?
Not really. For the most part, I've been just trying to deal with school, get my work done. But recently, I just finished finals, so I'm glad that I'm finally free. But
Right.
now I'm just trying to relax, catch up on sleep
Oh,
as
most
much as I
definitely.
can.
I remember those days as a student, man. Sleep is very, very essential.
Yeah.
uh, so let's talk about that for a little bit. What was it like on campus at the beginning of the pandemic?
Uh, it was a little worrying because at first we didn't really take it that serious because usually we kind of thought of it as Ebola. It came to the US and it literally stopped where it was.
Hmm.
And that was it. We never heard nothing about it. And then we was just like, oh, it's nothing. And some of my friends probably made some jokes about the government trying to
Hmm.
scare us or something.
Yeah.
But I it rumors kept coming up saying that schools were shut down, and then that's when we started to get a little worried, just like, all right, like, what are we going to do? And for me, I'm in Alabama and I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I don't know how we're gonna make that work. I don't know if my parents are gonna make time to actually come and get me, or if I gotta fly home and leave all my stuff.
Hmm.
And then when they finally got the email, it was a little worrying. At first, it was nice and cool. I was enjoying my semester, and when that started, it was a little, what are we gonna do from here?
Right. So what were some of the adjustments that Alabama A&M made for you guys? Where you guys adjust your schedule or online classes? How did that work for the rest of the semester?
Well, for the most part, my school was quite prepared. They immediately got us into online classes, even while we were still on campus. The week before we moved off, they applied online classes that Friday before the week we moved off. And they said that don't leave your room. We're going to test this out, see how that works. And then after that, you go back to class. So when that happened, it was okay for the first day. It was a little like technical difficulties here and there, but it was actually quite nice to just sit in the room and just relax, be around what you're comfortable with, and still go to class.
Right.
So that happened. We went back to class, and then we got the email telling us we gotta get sent home.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure my school was quite prepared to have us get ready for the online classes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's always good to have an organization that's ready to kind of change and adapt to all the situations. So well done, Alabama A&M. Uh, as a student, what was the biggest challenge for you during these adjustments and change of schedules?
The biggest adjustment for me was trying to keep up because now that I'm home and I'm comfortable in the bed that I'm comfortable with, it was kind of hard to get up because I would have to usually I was used to my usual schedule to get up, get dressed, get ready for walking to class. But now literally class is right next to me on my laptop. And it was kind of hard to stick to the same schedule because I don't have to do all the prep time. I can go to class and then do everything I have to do, like washing up and stuff like that. And it was kind of difficult because I kind of timed it wrong. Like, okay, I'm just not gonna wake up like my usual time. I'll just give myself a little bit more time, and then it would just start getting hard to get up at times. But I
Mhm.
still made it on at time to class.
Yeah.
It was a lot of adjusting. I'll say that.
Yeah, well, I love your honesty, man. I know, once we get used to a certain rhythm and a certain schedule, when you change it, it's hard to adjust, and especially if you're nice and comfortable at home. I can imagine. But I want to change gears a little bit right now, and I want to talk about kind of your academic profile right now. So, for
Okay.
those of you who don't know, why don't you let us know your year and your major?
My year right now is I'm a junior, soon to be a senior, and my major is mechanical engineering with a concentration in manufacturing with a minor in computer science.
Now, Troy, I know what a mechanical engineer is, but just in case someone who's watching doesn't know, explain to us what mechanical engineering is.
Well, for mechanical engineering, it is basically the template for all engineering. We have specifics like electrical engineering, civil engineering, but mechanical engineering is pretty much the base. It literally can branch out any way you want it possible. That's what I've been told and I've been taught, because in mechanical engineering, we literally touch everything possible. We touch a bunch of formulas, a bunch of different ways we can take this, take that. It's literally just it has a wide spread of what you can do with mechanical engineering. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And like you said, mechanical engineering covers a lot. What's your favorite part of mechanical engineering?
My favorite part is the fact that I can take it anywhere I want to. It's like I said, it's a widespread. I can go anywhere I can go with it. And I actually have a friend at Alabama. He actually is working an internship with electrical engineering, and he's a mechanical engineer. And I was trying to sit and realize, like, how did he just land an engineering job if he's a mechanical engineer? But it just kind of shows that there's a lot of variety with mechanical engineering. Mechanical engineering is technically used and needed anywhere in any field. So I was just like, okay, this is a nice little route. I can pretty much go anywhere I want, do anything I want. And there's a lot of specifics I can kind of focus on when it comes to my concentration or master school. So it was a great variety, and I saw a lot of opportunity in it.
So what do you want to do with mechanical engineering? What does your future look like?
Right now, I don't have quite an exact view, but I do have a lot of opportunities of where I want to focus, maybe somewhere in systems or material engineering and stuff like that. But right now, is nothing set in stone. But I'm still trying to search.
And that's all right. You're only a junior. You still have time to figure that out.
Yeah.
I have a gift for you, a special surprise. Now, I mentioned that this is not your first time with us, and so right now I have a video clip that I want to show and talk to you about it afterwards.
Okay.
All right. Would you mind giving me your name, your major, and what school you go to?
I am Troy Case Jr. I am a freshman at Alabama A&M University, and I am doing mechanical engineering as my major.
Now, I know this is your first time at Bea, correct?
Yes.
And I know you've been preparing for a while to come here, right?
Yes, I have.
So tell me what it's like from what you've been hearing this whole time, and now that you're actually here, how does that? What do you know about it now? Like, what is Bea to you now?
I will say that Bea has lived up to its expectations. It is a very serious competition between all students from all over the country, pretty much. And it's just a real good experience and a real good environment to be in, to be able to network, get jobs, and potentially have internships that you can gain more experience for bigger jobs in the future.
Good. So have you been interviewing with any companies or handing resumes out?
Yes, I have been handing resumes out, but unfortunately no interviews just yet.
So what kind of opportunities are you really looking for when you're here? Like what kind of things do you want to gain from your first Bea?
Well, for my first Bea, I would like to gain experience on what to do my next year that I come back. But most importantly, I want to gain some experience as far as work, because as a freshman, I didn't do much. I've just gotten into school, and I'm just going to finish my first year. But I would like to gain some experience for next year so I can have more experience to get even a job, a full-time job possibly.
Nice. Well, I'm glad that you've been having a good time. All right. Would you mind giving
Troy?
Wow.
Troy,
Wow.
who is that guy? Who
That
is
is
that guy
a
in the
young
video?
Troy. That is a young Troy. Dang. Wow.
I thought you might enjoy that, man.
I did. It was wow. This tells a lot about me. It looks like I was quite ready for when I was walking in here. That's amazing.
So I saw your reaction. What were you feeling when you first saw that video of young Troy?
The first thing I realized that I look quite young.
Yeah.
I look a little younger than I do now, and also just time flies, and it's just like I had to really realize and grasp that, yeah, I did go to bed my freshman year, and it's just like, wow, like time's really flying, and I've come quite a long way from where I was.
Well, that's very good to hear. What has been the biggest change between young freshman Troy in the video and the guy who I'm talking to right now?
I would say is my seriousness towards school. Not saying that I took it for granted. It was just that my freshman year, obviously it would be my freshman year. I felt that it was quite easy. And I thought that would be the tempo for college. I was like, oh, this is gonna be just like high school. Just get all the grades that I want. But as time went along, there have been quite a few complications, but it still built me into who I am now. It kind of set the tone for me for the rest of my life. Like, okay, everything's not a game. This is not gonna be easy. You're really gonna have to work. May have to sacrifice something just to get to where you want to be. But it was a amazing life lesson to actually go through what I went through and now see where I am now and where I will be heading in the future.
So riding that same wave, if I could put you in a time machine and throw you back to that same day, what advice would you give young Troy?
I would tell him today may not be the day, but it all depends on how you walk from here on out to make sure that you get to where you want to be. Don't ever give up. Don't ever doubt yourself. Even when times get hard, there's always a way out of it. You just got to buckle down, get ready, and do what you got to do.
That's an amazing answer. I'm a little disappointed that you're not warning him about 2020 and the pandemic.
Yeah, that is true, but that's another. Well, 2020 is as bad as it is right now. It's kind of going well. The fact that I'm actually home and I'm spending more time home, I kind of see it more of a blessing. As much as I love and miss school right now, it's kind of a blessing just to be home right now with my family.
That's great. So in that video, you are at the Bayer conference. How many times have you attended Bayer since then? Or I guess in total, how many times have you attended Bayer?
Well, that was my first and last time for now. The last few years, I haven't quite reached the deadline. I would try to get things done, and I just found that I haven't had enough time to get myself prepared. Don't want to use it as an excuse, but I would hear of it late at times, and I'm like, oh man, let me hurry up and try to get this done. And when I would try to get my resume approved, it would always be at the wrong time. And every time it would get approved the day after the deadline. And there was no way of weaseling around it. So it would just be like, okay, we'll just try again next year. But I'm definitely going to go this year.
All right, Troy, we're going to hold you to that. We got you on camera. We got you live in front of all the people saying that. We're going to come back and have a conversation if we don't see you.
All right.
But what was your favorite part about Bayer that you can remember?
I think my favorite part was just networking and seeing how many companies actually come together into one establishment, because it's just many opportunities just around you. And not only that, it's just off the floor where all the companies are, where you actually start your networking. They're still out there. You can be walking outside of the hotel you stayed at. They're right there and you won't even know it. It could be the highest CEO in the industry and he'll be right there in front of you, just sitting outside, maybe having a conversation with someone on the phone or something, and you just never know. So it's just many opportunity everywhere you go. And also all the students. I actually grabbed a couple friends at the Bayer conference that I never thought I would grab friends with. And it was quite interesting to see that you can just click with almost anybody and just network and just become friends.
Now, Troy, I have one more question for you. As a mechanical engineer in a global pandemic, how can you improve the world through your work in the event of a future pandemic? So I guess how can mechanical engineers make the situation better for the future?
Well, I would say that is a great question. I would say we could come together to kind of set a foundation that will not prevent a global pandemic, because that's no way possible that can happen, but it can kind of prepare ourselves to get ready. We can find better solutions on equipment to use that will kind of help the spread of germs and any diseases that ever widespread like this again. We can probably develop new masks that can definitely provide us safety. We can develop new material within all objects that can pretty much kill any disease or completely prevent it from getting onto the surface. It's many, many things that mechanical engineers can do. But not only that, we can also come together to kind of collab and see if we can raise funding for a global pandemic, as well as not just doing direct work to prevent something, but we can also just kind of add funding, spread the awareness to see if we can get more funding, something that Barack Obama has done in the past, get some funding to help us prevent something like this from happening again.
Those are amazing words. Thank you, Troy, for taking time out your schedule. Thank you for coming back. You know, we appreciate you every time we have you on the show. Before I let you go, are there any final words that you have for the audience or people who are listening?
I would say once and foremost, thank you all for having me. Thank you for watching me and just embracing my words if you did. And also, if you are a college student, and I would say this to the freshmen, it ain't over yet. It's just the beginning. Just buckle down. Everything's gonna be all right. You're gonna do exceptionally well. Just keep your head on, keep going straight. For all my seniors, congratulations. You're almost out of there. We coming. It's almost our time. And just be prepared for life. Because once we walk out of those doors, that's it. Our life will completely start all on our own, and we'll just start to make an impact on the world, and we will walk closer towards making the world a better place in our vision to help out the next generation.
Thank you, Troy. And thank you to everyone who is watching. If you enjoyed today's conversation, please let us know, leave us a few comments, and share with your friends. Also, if you haven't checked out our publication websites, please be sure to visit. We have great stories, just like Troy. We have great stories on STEM. Our website is www.blackengineer.com, www.hispanicengineer.com, www.womenofcolor.online. You can subscribe, leave comments, and share amazing STEM stories just like this with your social networks. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to come back tomorrow for our next edition of CCG Media. Until then, take care and stay safe. I'm Rianda Kennedy.